Hey guys, welcome back to another TBF eSports. We are going to talk about the win condition in League of Legends as an example, and this goes for any lane. Sometimes when you're ganking a separate lane, you don't want to actually go so hard that you get the kill, but you want to actually take even a small win. Like for example, we got the flash, and sometimes that's really enough. So here is another gank where MF actually uses her flash to come in and ult on them, and as you can see it's extremely deadly and she easily follows up to get the double kill. Now here we just had Varus ult on MF and I actually took a lot of damage, so I flash away, and as I do so Dizzapp flashed in, so I re-engage and we actually win that trade. Now, sometimes you want to back off, but in this case, we actually applied heavy pressure because we were actually having a lead and we had a good amount of minions. So we went ahead and decided to go for first tower here. It's only like 13-14 minutes in the game. So it's very important to place vision when you're going to do a siege in any lane. And so here we are, and as you can see, Lux is coming in, and had I not placed that vision, we may have gotten very well cheesed by her abilities. So we made it out after securing first tower because of the vision. And now we have Misfortune up against Ilau in the top lane, and she dodges some abilities, gets her ultimate off, and here's Kha'Zix trying to come in and kill her. She flashes away. And even though she has very little health, she knows that she can help Cho'Gath finish up and secure both kills. So again, we're in the lead. And so she's continuing to siege top lane here, and we're going to be careful with the positioning. Here's Dizzapp, and they're going to circle around the tower so as not to take too many tower hits per one individual player. So we all work together to pull that off. Now, mid lane's getting really messy right now, and I can see that I'm going to have to get into the fight really quick. So I actually decided to flash over so that I can quickly get to Kha'Zix and take him out. And after that, of course, Lux is up next, and she's a goner. And here we are sieging mid lane. We're going to go ahead and try to push this tower. There's still a lot of enemies here, but Misfortune clearly takes care of that pretty quickly. And so we are able to actually go ahead and siege now. It's just Ilau, and Misfortune flashes again, very aggressively going in to get that kill with Dizzapp backing it up, and now we're actually going to do more damage because we're hitting the tower from behind, and so we're also able to halt the enemy minion wave so that it's unable to shut ours down, and we keep that pressure just at its max. So over here, I see that Ilau has gotten a shadow of Cho'Gath and is trying to take it out so she can get her little on-hit effect. So I see she's caught out, and I target Ilau, so the whole team gangs up on her, and she cannot escape. Positioning truly does make or break every situation nearly. You're gonna live or you're gonna die. You're gonna get the outplay depending on how you position. If you're able to kite around and clean up those kills, or if you're unable to dodge their abilities. Like here, Lux has terrible positioning. She decided to zone you right there, and we had the wave, so we were easily able to move forward and make sure she would not make it to her base. Even Ilau can't do anything. We're taking tower hits, but we're still securing this tower right now. I was actually getting the dragon because my team clearly had it under control mid lane. They didn't even need me in this fight. Look at that damage. Misfortune popping off with the ace. And they're gonna go ahead and open up this inhibitor, so we're gonna get that super minion buff. We're gonna get the nice strong minions. Now the win condition right here, we're gonna buff the team. We're gonna do Baron, and I actually let Misfortune finish it because we didn't have anybody to contest it. They were pretty scared at this point because our roaming, pushing with the minions and just grouping together and playing off of each other's strengths was just on point. So you can just see it's like an art, and that is how you bring it home, victory in League of Legends. And hope you'll join us again every Saturday. You can find us starting at 4:20 p.m. Pacific. And over to Xander.
Hey guys, welcome back to another TBF eSports episode. Welcome to the Pokemon Go half of the episode. Wanted to quickly touch base with you and demonstrate, there it is, Salamence and Gardevoir are quickly accessible. So here I'm actually going to be doing a solo raid of the Breloom, which is one of the new fighting Pokemon raids that are out, and it was a lot of fun. But I wanted to take some time to kind of talk to you about the different movesets for Pokemon in general, but also I'm going to be using Dragon Claw and Dragon Breath, some legacy movesets on Dragonite. So they're very important to use effectively. So you can see Draco Meteor, all different types of dragon attacks, and kind of I'm showing them because I want people to understand that while IVs matter and all that matters, movesets are ultimately very core to being really relevant in this game or irrelevant in this game. So being able to do a solo raid like I'm doing here involves being able to take super effective attacks and dish them, but also stats. So I'm using, Metagross, which is dealing super effective quick moves, but I have Flash Cannon, and I don't want to change that. I like that moveset. It's really strong, and I don't want to just keep dumping TMs and switching it back and forth. So the Legacy Pinsir here is kind of like a Heracross. He can deal super effective quick and charge move submission, which is Legacy, to take out Blissey's, and he's a good gym attacker. So I think some Legacy Pokemon are going to be useful, and I think some of them are not going to be as useful for the meta, but I think the game is going to continually change, and so that's going to be very important to make sure that we have a variety of options, because you can ultimately have a large amount of storage in your Pokemon if you choose, if you decide to either expand it, or just 250, 300 is still a lot. So I think that's going to be very important for people to consider, is having a collection. So I do not suggest having only Dragon Tail Outrage for all your Dragonites, even if it is the best moveset. I think it's the best moveset right now, but I think an update in the future could change that, and you may want to have a Draco Meteor single charge dragon. It's the Hyper Beam of the dragon typing, and being able to just have a variety in various matchups and speculative PvP. So here I'm using a Moltres to finish off the Breloom, and I'll get one last overheat in before he faints out, I think. Oh, maybe another Fire Spin. There he is. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's very important if you want to do raids, but also think for the future, guys. That's always really important to think for upcoming patches and things like that. It's definitely more my play style is, having that in mind. So that's gonna sort of conclude this section of the video. I'm going to try to catch this guy on a Pineapple, I think. Let's see if I do it. Okay, maybe I didn't Pineapple it. Silly. Awesome, guys. So I just wanted to touch base and mention that, Band Famous, we actually use Pokemon Go, which has a 65 million people that play it every single day, which is a lot, and we advertise our trainer names are the Band Famous and bandfamous.com. So when we show up in the gym next to our Pokemon, when we drop them in real places in the world, people that are opposing two different teams, both Instinct and Valor, can choose to battle against us, and you'll see that demonstrated right here. So check it out. Jupiter System is on Instinct, and they're going to go up against bandfamous.com. So it shows up, and it shows up right there as well when you go to attack, and then the Pokemon will battle. And it's actually pretty sweet because the Pokemon fight back, and they do different, the moveset of the trainer, or I should say the moveset of the trainer, but the trainer of the Pokemon gets to decide the moveset ultimately with fast TMs and charge TMs, and the trainer also gets to decide which Pokemon to leave in the gym, and you can have, 20 Pokemon. So I could have Victory Bell in this gym, and then I could have, you know, a Lapras in a gym, a Snorlax in a gym, a Hypno in a gym, and so forth, up to 20, and be feeding them all at the same time. Usually I have like 2 out at a time, pretty regularly, like pretty daily. But yeah, so it's just a really fun way, and we actually have met a lot of really interesting fans and friends and just a lot of people because they recognize us from playing this game, and they're like, hey, it's been famous. So that's always cool to see, just a cool way to interact with people, and I recommend trying it out. So you could use your own website, you could use your YouTube channel, or you could just pick a silly name or whatever you want to do. Alright, this is a Hitmonlee raid. I'm gonna solo it, and I wanted to talk about soloing raids in general. I think a lot of people are intimidated by it because they're afraid to like go through all their Pokemon. And ultimately, guys, it just comes down to mechanics and having enough Stardust to power up the right Pokemon. And you can do that with berry dumping. Berry dumping gets Stardust, it's amazing. You should definitely be doing this if you're a higher level, and if you're a lower level, even still. Getting rid of the nano berries and the red berries. So they're both pink, really easy to remember. The pink berries, just give them to them, and keep getting that Stardust to power them up. Then you'll be able to power up a Mewtwo, and solo a Hitmonlee raid. And if you don't have a Mewtwo, you can power up your Alakazam, who's basically a baby Mewtwo. So that's really important to be able to do solo raids, to always have that Stardust trickling in. Otherwise, it's just kind of hard because the raids change. You know, they're kind of a random spawn, so you can't always predict which ones to have powered up. So you'll have to have generalist attackers. So item calibration is really important. What I usually do is go to a gold gym, and you just delete the purple potions and the orange potions, and the basic revives, you can hold on to them if you need them, or you could just hold on to max revives. I do both. Obviously it varies on what's important. Just in general, I recommend, you know, tweaking your item inventory and just getting rid of the red balls and stocking up on ultras and great balls. Who needs a gacha? The gacha actually wastes a lot of balls, so to me it's a positive and a negative thing. I like to use a pineapple and then a great ball, and then that way if I'm investing a berry I get more candies, and I get guaranteed Stardust, and I'm actually winning the game, so, which is fun. So my Gardevoir is going to keep doing damage, Confusion, Dazzling Gleam, and oh yeah, transferring rare candies to legendary. So obviously Torchic is here. I have so many candies, so you can see that I'm gonna say no. Don't transfer your rare candies to non-legendaries, because think about it, guys. It takes 20 kilometers to get one candy for walking a legendary. Better to do the rare candies, I think, right? So yeah, guys, give me feedback, leave a comment below, let me know what you are stocking and holding up in your inventory, and let me know how you are able to solo raids and what your strategies are. You'll notice that I barely did that raid. I didn't want to change all the movesets, and I'm kind of low on TMs, but I can still solo the raids, so I'm good. I don't like having TMs in my inventory if they're just sitting there. I would rather have the balls to get the Stardust or the berries to get the candy. And then of course the golden raspberries to do gym blocking, which is always a lot of fun, so. Yeah, golden berries are the ultimate gym defender. They can keep even the weakest Pokemon strong, right? So, stock up on those and the pineapples, berry dump in gyms, feed your rare candies to your legendaries, and you should be solid and on your way to soloing legendary raids.